Friends, welcome to IVK Lectures. In this video, we are providing the answer key of the physics question paper for Karnataka SET 2025. The exam was conducted on 2nd November 2025. Before going to the video, the answer key provided in this video are the provisional and not final. The viewers are advised to wait for the final and the official answer key that will be published on the official website. The video contains only the question and the answer, not the solution. For solution and detailed explanation, viewers can join our WhatsApp group through the link provided in the description box. The crystal structure of KBr, which is modeled as set of touching spheres. Each potassium atom has radius R1 and each bromine atom has a radius R2. The center of spheres form a simple cubic lattice. The packing fraction of the system is, the correct answer is option 2, and we need a bracket here. This is also a previous CSIR question. In a periodic potential, the effective mass of an electron is related to, the answer is the band curvature in the EK diagram, option 2. If the conductivity is given to be sigma equal to 5.8 into 10 to the power 7 Siemens per meter, n equal to 8.5 into 10 to the power 28 per meter cube, and E equal to 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb, then the relaxation time tau is given by, here is a Drude's theory, where sigma equal to n e square tau by m, and we have to calculate the tau from this. So the answer is option 3. The AC Josephson effect is characterized by oscillating current under DC voltage, option 3. A single crystal does not have a five-fold symmetry. This is because it violates the translation symmetry of the crystal, the option 2. The energy of the two particles in a field of each other is given by U of r equal to minus alpha by r plus beta by r to the power 8, where alpha and beta are constants and r is the distance between centers of the particles. The separation r0 between the particle at equilibrium is given by r0 equal to, the option is option 1. The effect that does not disturb the electrical conductivity of an ionic crystal is the Frankel effect. Transition in an indirect band gap semiconductor, the momentum conservation requires phonon participation. Kevlar is an example of aleotropic liquid crystal. Hall voltage of 5 millivolt is observed across 1 cm thick sample with I equal to 3 ampere and the magnetic field 1 Tesla. The carrier concentration is, the formula is given here, and the correct answer is 0.375 into 10 to the power 24 per meter cube, option 3. An experiment is performed to search for the evidence of the reaction P plus P giving H plus K plus K plus. The value of the electric charge, strangeness and the baryon number of the particle H are respectively. The answer is 0, -2 and 2, the option 2. When a beam of mu minus is passed through matter, some of them are captured in electron-like orbit around the nuclei of the capturing atoms, forming a muonic atom. The radii of the muonic orbit being smaller by a factor. The radius is given by r mu by re. equal to me by mu, which is equal to 1 by 27. So the answer is option 1, me by mu. Beam of alpha particle of kinetic energy 5 MeV passes through a thin foil of Be9. The number of alpha particles scattered between 50 degree and 70 degree and between 70 degree and 110 degree is measured. What would be the ratio of these numbers? The scattering cross section and the numbers is given by this formula. The correct answer on solving, we get around 1.65, close to 2, approximately the option 3 should be the correct answer. Bremsstrahlung radiation is produced when energetic electron travel through electric field of the nucleus. So the option is option 4. What is the ratio of de Broglie wavelength of a proton and that of an alpha particle if both have same kinetic energy? Mass of proton is 1u and mass of an alpha is 4u. The formula given is lambda equal to h by p, which is equal to h by under root 2 mk. The correct answer is option 4, which is 2. Out of the following, which of the following rays can pass through a concrete slab of 20 centimeter thickness? Which is obviously the gamma rays. Option. Which quantum number combination of the two nucleons lead to maximum attraction in a nuclear potential? The correct answer is option 2, S is equal to 1, T equal to 0 and L equal to 0. The theoretical condition for symmetric spontaneous fission on the basis of liquid drop model is, the answer is the option 2, Z square by A less than 17.6. This is the formula that we can use here. Which of the following nuclear reaction is a stripping reaction? The stripping reaction is TP, option 1. The ground state spin and parity of C13 as predicted by the shell model considering spin orbit interaction into account is 1 by 2 minus. The correct answer is option 3. If a force F is derivable from a potential V of R, where R is the distance from the origin and of the coordinate system, then it follows that del cross F equal to 0. Option 1. Two standard dice with 6 faces with values 1 to 6 are rolled together. What is the probability of getting a value 8? The correct answer is option 3, 5 by 36. The orthogonal condition for Hn of x equal to, where Hn of x is a Hermite polynomial, the orthogonal condition is given here. So the correct answer is option 1. The eigenvalues of the matrix are, matrix is given. The correct answer is option 3. The Laplace transform of 1 plus sine 2t is 1 by s plus 2 by s square plus 4. The value of the integral is given here. The answer is option 2, 19 by 9. What is the value of the closed integral over c dz by z, where c is circular path of radius 2 centered at the origin and the integration is done anti-clockwise. Since it is anti-clockwise, it is 2 pi I. If it was clockwise, it would be minus 2 pi I. The pendulum consists of a ring of mass m and radius r suspended by a massless rigid rod of length L attached to its rim. When a pendulum oscillates in the plane of the ring, the time period of oscillation is given by, the answer is option 3. The Lagrangian of a particle moving in a plane is given by, in Cartesian coordinates, as L equal to x dot y dot minus x square minus y square. In polar coordinates, the expression for the canonical momentum PR conjugate to the radial coordinate r is, option is option 4, r dot sine 2 theta plus r theta dot cos 2 theta. A uniform circular disk of mass m and radius r is rolling down a frictionless inclined plane that makes an angle theta with the horizontal. Then the acceleration of the center of mass of the disk along the inclined plane is 2 by 3 g sine theta, option 2. An electron gains energy so that its relativistic mass becomes 2 times m naught. Its speed is, velocity of the electron is, option 1, root 3 by 2 times. A bead of mass m is constrained to move under gravity along a planar rigid wire that has a parabolic shape y equal to x square by L, where x and y are horizontal and vertical coordinates respectively. The Lagrangian of the system is found to be L equal to m x dot square by 2 into 1 plus 4x square by L square minus mgx square by L, option 2. A planet moves in an elliptical orbit around a star which is at one of the foci of the ellipse. Given that the ratio of the farthest point to the closest distance from the star is 2, the eccentricity of the orbit is, formula you can use is this. Correct answer is option 3. A particle of mass m moving in a potential v of x equal to k into 3x minus 2 times 4x minus 1. The period of small oscillation t about the point of equilibrium, the answer is 2 pi, time period is 2 pi under root m by 24k. The correct answer is option 2 with k. A particle of mass m is moving in a potential v of x equal to half m omega square x square minus ax. What is its quantized energy levels of En? The answer is option 2, h cross omega into n plus half minus a square divided by 2m omega square. Magnetic field at a point due to a long straight wire carrying a conductor of radius r carrying a current I where r is greater than capital R. R is the distance between the point and axis of the wire is proportional to option 3, 1 by R. An oscillating voltage V of t equal to V naught cos omega t is applied across a parallel plate capacitor having a plate separation d. The displacement current density through the capacitor is, correct answer is option 1, minus epsilon naught omega v naught sine omega t by d. If the electrostatic potential is given by phi equal to phi naught x square plus y square plus z square, where phi naught is constant, then the charge density giving rise to the above potential would be, the correct answer is option 2, minus 6 phi naught epsilon naught. Electrical conductor placed in a uniform electric field E naught with a potential V at a point outside the cylinder is given by V equal to minus 1 minus a square by r square E naught r cos theta, when the surface charge density per unit area of the conducting surface is, the answer is option 2, 2 epsilon naught E naught cos theta. Two positive point charges each of magnitude plus q are fixed on y-axis at points y equal to plus a and y equal to minus a respectively. The potential at a point on the x-axis is given by 1 by 2 pi epsilon naught into q divided by root of a square plus x square. The value of x at which the potential is 1/2 of that of the origin. The correct answer is option 3 plus or minus root 3a. In an electric and magnetic field of a plane electromagnetic wave are proportional to I minus j and I plus j respectively. Then the wave propagating along the direction where I, j and k are unit vectors along x, y and z. The wave propagates along the k direction. Option 3 is correct. If psi equal to a psi 1 minus b psi 2 plus c plus id times psi 3 is a state where a, b, c and d are real numbers with psi 1, psi 2 and psi 3 are mutually orthonormal state functions, then the normalizing constant norm of the wave function psi is option 3 root of a square plus b square plus c square plus d square. Given the following wave function, identify physically acceptable wave function for a bound state. The option is correct answer is option 4 psi 2 and psi 6. The potential energy of the simple harmonic oscillator in xy plane is given by V of x comma y equal to half m omega square into x square plus 4y square. Then the energy level of the oscillator are given by the expression with n1 and n2 are integers. The correct answer is option 2 h cross omega times n1 plus half plus 2h cross omega times n2 plus half. The particle of mass m is moving in a potential v of x equal to 0 for 0 less than or less than x less than a and infinity otherwise. Evaluate the expectation value of the energy when in the state psi equal to n sine cube pi x by a. This is a one-dimensional potential. So answer is 9 pi square h cross square divided by 2m a square. Correct answer is option 2. If x and p are the position and momentum operators of a particle, then the commutator x square comma p square is again answer 2i h cross xp plus px. Let psi n l m of r denote the eigenfunction of a Hamiltonian for a spherically symmetric potential v of r, then psi n l m of r equal to 1 by 4 times psi 210 plus root 3 times psi 21 minus 1 plus root 12 times psi 211 is a state which is an eigenfunction of option 2 h and l square. The Hamiltonian of a state system is given by h equal to E002E when it is subjected to a time independent perturbative Hamiltonian. H dash is equal to 0 epsilon epsilon 0. When epsilon is small compared to E, then the lowest order correction to the energies of two states are given by. The correct answer is option 3 minus E square by E and E square by E. A sealed and thermally insulated box of total volume 2V is divided into two equal divisions by an impermeable wall. The left half of the box is occupied by n molecules of gas at temperature T. Identify the change in entropy when the wall is suddenly removed and gas expands to fill the entire volume of the box. The answer is option 3 nr log 2. A one-dimensional box of length L is occupied by non-interacting spin-half fermions. If the lowest one particle energy is 0.5 electron volt, then the minimum energy of the system in electron volt is equal to answer 473. The dimension of phase space of 10 rigid diatomic molecule is option 200. The pressure P of a gas of ultra-relativistic electrons with an internal energy U and temperature T is U by 3V, option 3. An ideal gas of fermions is at 0 Kelvin temperature. If the mass of the particle and their number density are both reduced by a factor 2, then the corresponding Fermi energy is multiplied by a factor. The correct answer is option 1, 2 to the power 1 by 3. The number of ways in which identical boson can be distributed in 2 level is, correct answer is option 2, n plus 1. If the peak radiation of sun occurs at 80 nanometer and assuming the sun to be a black body at 6000 Kelvin temperature, then what would be the wavelength at which there is a peak radiation if we assume the temperature to be 300 K? Correct answer is 16 microns. For the transistor circuit, the value of VCE when Vin equal to 0 volt, that is, correct answer is option 1, 10 volt. A certain D MOSFET is biased at VGS equal to 0 volt. Its data sheet specifies IDSS equal to 20 milliampere and VGS of equal to minus 5 volt. The value of the drain current formula is given here. The correct answer is option 3, 20 milliampere. Gain of the amplifier shown in the figure is, the answer is 22.3. Option 3 is the correct one. In a given digital logic circuit, A and B form an input and the output Y is, the Y is found to be B bar. Option is option 4. Match the items in list 1 with list 2. Here is a hint given here. So option 2 is the. What is the largest decimal number that can be stored in a 74 LS91 register? The answer is option 2, 255. If the resistance of a certain conductor is measured with 1% error, its length is measured with 2% error, and area of cross section measured with 3% error, then what is the error in resistivity? The error in measuring these quantities are independent and random. The correct answer is option 2, 3.74. The set G equal to 1, I, minus I and minus 1, where I equal to root of minus 1. This forms an abelian group under multiplication. Option 1 is the correct. Using Simpson's 1/3 rule, the value of the integral 1 to 5 f of x dx for the following data is, the correct answer is option 3, 24. If L is a differential operator and g of x comma eta is a Green's function such that Lg of x comma eta equal to delta of x minus eta, and the wave function psi of x equal to g into integral x comma eta into f of eta into d eta, then the value L of psi of x is, the answer is option 1, f of x. The general second order partial differential equation is given by a of x comma y into uxx plus b of x comma y into uxy plus c of x comma y into uyy plus d of x comma y into ux plus e of x comma y into uy plus f of x comma y into u equal to g of x comma y. The above equation is said to be hyperbolic at a point x0 y0 depending upon the condition. Here are some conditions for uh, different trajectories. So according to the question, hyperbolic, b square minus 4ac should be greater than 0. Option 1 is the correct answer. If xn is the nth approximation to the root of f of x equal to 0, then according to Newton-Raphson method, the n plus 1th approximation to the root is given by. The correct answer is option 4. Xn plus 1 equal to xn minus f of xn divided by f dash of xn. The phase space diagram for small oscillation of a simple pendulum in air is represented by which of the following? So it should be clockwise and decreasing. The option 1 is the correct answer. For the Hamiltonian, h equal to half m p square plus half m omega square q square, apply a canonical transformation using the generating function. The generating function is given here. Express the Hamiltonian in terms of new coordinates q and p. The correct answer is option 2. According to the Noether's theorem, the conserved generalized momentum for the system with Lagrangian, the Lagrangian is given. The correct answer is the option 2. If a comma b denotes the Poisson bracket between the variables a and b, a comma b comma c minus a comma b comma c equal to. Correct answer is option B. This is also previous Kset question. The Hamilton-Jacobi equation for the projectile motion x comma in xz plane is given by, here is the equation. The energy density of electromagnetic field is given by, the correct answer is option 2, epsilon naught E square by 2 plus B square by 2 mu naught. A plane wave traveling in z direction encounters a perfect conductor occupying a region z greater than or equal to 0 and reflects back. The given E of z comma t equal to E naught cos kz minus omega t minus cos of kz plus omega t into x for z less than 0. Find the accompanying magnetic field in the region z less than 0. The answer is option 2. Consider a rectangular waveguide with dimension a equal to 2 cm and b equal to 1 cm. And what is the propagation frequency of TE11 mode? The correct answer is option 4, 1.68 into 10 to the power 10 Hertz. This is also previous. The power radiated by dipole P oscillating with a frequency omega is proportional to P equal to dipole where P equal to dipole moment. The correct answer is option 3, proportional to P square omega to the power. If the scattering amplitude is given by f of theta phi equal to a plus b cos theta, then the total cross section of the scattering will be, assuming a and b to be real. The option is option 3, 4 pi times a square plus b square by 3. According to semi-classical theory of radiation, the probability of spontaneous emission due to transition between energy levels En and Em is proportional to the correct answer is option 3, En minus Em to the power 3. The scattering amplitude for low energy particles in bone due to soft sphere of radius having a potential V0 is proportional to, the correct answer is option 1, M V0 A. Complete the expression 2 sigma x sigma y plus sigma y sigma x equal to dash, where sigma x sigma y and sigma z are Pauli's spin matrices. The correct answer is option 3, I times sigma. For a Dirac Hamiltonian, H is equal to C times alpha dot P plus beta mc square, where P is linear momentum of the relativistic free particle and alpha and beta are Dirac matrices. Then which of the following is true? Option 1, H comma P equal to 0, commutator. The certain system has 3 phases and 4 components. According to Gibbs phase rule, the number of degrees of freedom that the system may have is, the correct answer is option 1, 3 degrees. Consider a statistical system consisting of two interacting spins taking values s1 equal to plus or minus half, s2 equal to plus or minus half. The interaction energy E s1 s2 equal to minus j times s1 s2 at the equilibrium temperature T. The mean energy of the system in high temperature limit approaches the value. The correct answer is option 3, minus j square by kt. A random walker takes a step of unit length plus 1 to his right with a probability of 1 by 4 and a step covering a distance minus 1 unit to its left with a probability of 3 by 4. The mean distance after 10 steps, it's option 2, minus 5 units. The variation of magnetic susceptibility psi m as a function of temperature T is shown below. The material is most likely, this is antiferromagnetic material, option 3 is correct. This is also last year Kset question. Consider n set of discrete data 1, 3, 3, 5, 8 by adding a constant 3 to each of the data. Which of the following does not change? The standard deviation does not change. Mean, median and mode, everything increases by 3. So correct answer is option. If the correlation coefficient between two variables is minus 8, 0.8, then what does it indicate about their relationship? The relationship is strong negative linear relationship. So option 2. In the following circuit, the output voltage V0 is equal to minus V1 plus V2 by 2. The ratio of RF by R1 and R2 by R1 is, RF by R1 is 1 and R2 by R1 is 1 by 3. Option 4. In a Hall effect sensor, the induced voltage is directly proportional to the magnetic field strength. Option 1 is the correct answer. What does the following op-amp circuit represent? Two capacitors represent the band pass filter. The rotational constant for H35Cl is observed to be 10.5909 centimeter inverse. Similarly, the rotational constant are obtained for H37Cl and 2D35Cl. How are three rotational constant related? The rotational constant H for H37Cl will be less than H35Cl and less than 2D35Cl. So option 2. The infrared spectrum of HCl shows an intense absorption at 2886 centimeter inverse. The weaker one at 5668 centimeter inverse. What is the equilibrium oscillation frequency of HCl? The correct answer is option 3, 2990.1 centimeter inverse. The force constant for HCl molecule is 480 Newton per meter. Find the energy required to increase the nuclear separation by 1 angstrom. The correct answer is option 1, 15 electron volt. What is the ratio of intensities of D1 and D2 lines of sodium at high temperature? The correct answer is option 2, 1:2. Write the values of the quantum number L, S and J corresponding to 2p 3/2. The answer is option 1, 1/2 and 3/2. A spectroscopic transition involves an energy change of 3 into 10 to the power minus 21 joule per molecule. If there are 3000 molecules in the ground state, then what is the equilibrium population of the state when temperature is 300 K? The correct answer is option 4, 1454. In the case of Stark effect on n equal to 2 level of hydrogen atom, fourfold degeneracy is shifted due to mixing of which of the following state? The correct answer is option 2, 200 and 210. An unpaired electron interacts with 3 equivalent protons. 4 lines are observed in ESR spectrum. What is the intensity ratio of the 4 lines? Correct answer is option 3, 1:3:3:1. In a normal Zeeman effect observed due to transition from 1p to 1s, the central line in the triplet is answer 4, linearly polarized. For the applied field of 1.5 Tesla, calculate the difference in NMR absorption frequencies for 2 protons whose delta values differ by 1.5 ppm. Delta is the chemical shift. The correct answer is option 3, 95.8 Hz. Check your answers. Also correct us if we had made any mistakes. And if you feel like commenting your marks, you can comment in the comment box.